walk me through a specific moment where things were going wrong before we decided to work together.
Mhm. I remember earlier I used to spend hours and hours just researching companies and company profiles. I had a bunch of friends telling me I should buy Apple, I should buy Microsoft just because they're the top tech companies in the United States. And I would spend many hours just looking at graphs, staring at graphs, trying to do technical analysis, but I didn't actually see any results. I remember once there was an instance where I placed a trade on Google right before their earnings. The next 2 days it went against me and I ended up losing a lot of money. I panicked, I sold it, closed my position, lost a lot of money, and then a week, 2 weeks later, it went in my favor, went all the way up, but I missed it. Um, and yeah, I think now it's really different. Now I just spend maybe 2 3 hours a week sniping. And I remember I caught the XOP rally that went all the way up. I think it went about 30%. There was a 30% gain, and I caught that, and I ended up actually recovering all the losses from my Google trade and all the other trades I made earlier.
Very nice, man. So approximately like before we decided to work together, how much time were you spending like per day to generate ideas or like per week?
hmm when I initially started trading, I would spend a lot of time looking at time researching. I think it was maybe at least 3 4 hours a day, I'd say. And now it's just, I'd say about an hour in 2 days.
All right, yeah. So like now, like in terms of like just putting positions on, like you have like no problem in just like you open your laptop up and like for you like finding trade ideas now is like much easier and it takes like much lesser time than it did before, right?
Yeah, because I kind of know what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
It's kind of how like you think you have a strategy and then you work on it, then you realize that you're not making any money, there's no progress. And you think maybe time will show its true colors, show my strategies true colors, but it still didn't go in my favor. But now I actually know what to do.
Okay. So what surprised you? What did you think this was going to be versus what it actually turned out to be?
I thought it would just be you telling me about trade ideas and what type of stocks I should look into. So I thought it would just be, you tell me you should look in the tech industry. Okay, Mihir, look in the commodities industry, look at agriculture now. Um, I thought it would just be plain information rather than any learning that might happen, but that is not the case. I remember you guided me through the entire stuff on how to trade. Now that I know how to properly trade, it's a blessing in disguise. I would take this course again.
Yeah, it's good because like this program is actually meant to like teach people like how to fish versus like let me catch the fish for you and feed it to you versus like to make it
Yeah,
self-sufficient
yeah,
like so you can trade, right? So that's actually the reason for this program. All right. So
yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say.
yeah. So if someone's watching this and is on the fence to like buy the program, what would you tell them?
hmm I would tell them to jump over. That means I'd actually tell them to take this course, and it did help me quite a lot. Everyone should take this course. Everyone who's trying to do well for themselves, everyone who wants to learn how to trade on their own, you should do this course. Trust me.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
I also think it's much better than the tutorials on YouTube because I live on YouTube basically, and I could not find a video or a course like this, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just don't find stuff like this on YouTube at all, man. And like no one seems to just all on YouTube is
Yeah.
like just like selling options and just day trading stuff, which it is like it gets to the minds of like people who don't know like what to look for. So yeah, that
Yeah. There's no real learning happening. It's just people fishing for views.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, people with their Lamborghinis and all that. Yeah, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just views, nothing else.
All right, cool. Thanks, Mir.
Yeah, thank you, Arjun. All right.
All right, bye.